Big deal is getting balls on the ground and stealing possessions. So to be able to take that away in the beginning of the second half and put our offense back on the field and get a quick score, it's pretty important. So getting balls on the ground is definitely a big emphasis with Coach Brown and Coach Partridge on special teams.
Do you remember anything you or your dad said to each other in that moment, and what was that moment like?
No, I just gave him a big hug. He had a big smile on his face. My mom said he cried a little bit, but he'll probably tell you no. I have no idea, but it's just, he played here in '85, and so it's always been a dream of mine to play here. Want to be like my dad growing up, so.
Tyler, the goal of the kickoff team, can you speak to that? It hasn't been a lot of touchbacks out of the end zone, but more high kicks.
So kickoff, a big deal for us is trying to get them down inside the 15-yard line, inside the 20-yard line. Field position's a big deal in football, obviously. So the kickoff team has a chance every time we kick the ball off to try and pin them as deep as possible. So that's really the goal, and then everything else, balls on the ground and big hits and stuff like that, that's secondary. But field position really is the main thing on kickoff, and really almost all special teams.
So when a guy calls a fair catch, then inside the 5 or something like that, you're not happy about that?
No. I hate fair catches. It's my least. Hate the rule. Hate fair catches. I wish they take the ball out every single play. It's a lot more fun that way. But
so many sons of former players have played here. Why is it important for that lineage, for the legacy, the family, for you, for the sons?
I mean, for me particularly, like a lot of sons, I guess, my dad was my hero growing up, and I thought my dad was the coolest guy in the world. Played for Michigan, had a chance to play in the NFL for a little bit, and I always wanted to be just like my dad. So getting the call from Coach Harbaugh as a senior in high school, being able to put on a Michigan uniform just like my dad, it's really, really special. And I know it's special for a lot of the other guys that have dads that used to play.
Did you have other options? Were you considering?
I was, considering other places, and Michigan came really late. I honestly didn't think Michigan was even an option for me. And, being a walk-on, it's difficult. Other places are giving you money, but at the end of the day, I just felt like I couldn't turn down an opportunity to play here. And it was worth, having to pay a little extra more money.
Where did you have scholarship offers?
I had a scholarship from Air Force, and then, a couple smaller schools. I had a preferred walk-on to Notre Dame, but grew up not liking Notre Dame. So, I had to come here. This was my dream since I was little, and when I got the opportunity, I just had to take it. So.
Did you ever sit down with your dad and watch film of the old?
I've seen a little bit of my dad's film. Not as much as I'd like to, but I've definitely seen a little bit of it, and he's a very good athlete, very, very good athlete. So it's really cool to see some of those old videos, and every once in a while on Twitter, a video will pop up, and I'll get to see it. And recently, an interception against Ohio State, I just, thought it was really cool. And I always love seeing stuff like that randomly pop up. So.
Did your dad have any stories about Jim and his playing days?
He told me that he'll tell me when I'm graduated. So, yeah.
Was there any concern? And Coach Harbaugh said he asked you, he went to you. Did you think you caused the fumble? Was there any second guessing after you told him you had?
The only thing that I was worried about is if the whistle was blown. I knew he wasn't on the ground, but as you've seen in the NFL a lot recently, they blow the whistle. It doesn't matter if the ball comes out or if you return it. But, so I knew I got the ball out. I just didn't know which way the call was going to go. I thought it was going to stand when I was watching the video. So that I was worried about that, but I knew I got the ball out. I knew he wasn't on the ground. So it was kind of up to the ref's discretion at that point.
So you saw it on the big screen?
I saw it on the big screen. There was a couple that looked like I got it. Some looked like maybe not. Maybe it was close, but I was happy they gave it to us and gave us back the ball. But it was really up to the refs at that point because it was pretty close.
What do those kind of special teams moments do for a team? I mean, Dax Hill had a big hit.
Yep, big hit. It's great to see freshmen and Dax making plays like that. Great guy, great athlete, one of the fastest kids I've ever met, and seeing him kind of come into his own and take on a role as a young kid, it's really important and gets guys like that experience because Dax is going to get older. He's going to have a much bigger role next year and the years to come. So getting him that experience now, and then just making big plays on special teams, it gives your team. Get your team excited, and then if you can get the ball back and put the offense on the field and change the game with a big special teams play, there's not a lot of them, so you got to make them count. And people a lot of times forget that is a big phase of the game.
Time for a couple more from Tyler, if anyone has anything else.
We've been asking everybody, all the players, the mood last week, and there was a lot of noise outside, former players talking. How much do you listen to that, and how much, who motivated this team last week?
So you definitely hear it, but you try and keep it out as much as possible. And we know there's always going to be that criticism, but at the end of the day, we got the guys in this room, we got the coaches, we got the players, the managers, the strength staff, the trainers, everybody on this team. We have each other's backs. We know what we're capable of doing, and we know what we need to do to kind of push forward. So losing is never a good feeling. Nobody likes losing, but we know what we have here. We know what we're capable of, and we brought it against Rutgers, and now we got another opportunity at home to do it against Iowa.
How much are you looking forward to showing yourselves and other people secondarily, like, that you can beat a ranked team, a good team like you do coming in this week?
So we got a great opponent that we're playing. Iowa, they're a physical team, they're a good team, and it's definitely going to be a test. But this is our opportunity to kind of show that we're better than what happened at Wisconsin, and we're going to keep trying to show that the rest of the season.
A lot of the players mentioned chip on the shoulder. Was that sort of something that you've all embraced?
Yeah, I mean, especially, you like you said, you try to keep the noise outside out, but you definitely hear it, and that's definitely a motivating factor. So chip on the shoulder, going to come out as a team, do our best, and hope for the best.
So did you and your dad have anything beyond,
I mean, yeah,
conversation,
no,
or-
I mean, he was excited, and my grandma was there, and she was excited, and my mom, but really just gave him a big hug. And my dad doesn't say a lot, but when he's proud, when he's happy. So, he doesn't give unwarranted praise. So you got to earn it, and so getting that big hug from him definitely meant a lot. So.
Anything else for Tyler?